Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna. If you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4 who's in our 6th year of homeschooling. I have a 5th grader and a 1st grader this year, which was kind of crazy. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. Oh, no, that's not it. Today, I want to talk with you about the number one thing that you need for homeschool. The number one thing. What I think is the number one thing. Guys, before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Today, I wanted to come here and tell you what I think. And I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I've done this for a few years now. But what I think is quite possibly the most important thing that you can bring to your homeschool. And it's one of those things that you absolutely need to model to your children, the people who are in your homeschool. And let me give you a little backstory on why I feel this way, I guess. So if you guys don't know, I have been self-employed we've been married for 12 years. I've been self-employed for 12 years. It was about a month after our wedding when I quit my job in a salon to go work for myself in a salon. So I have been responsible for taxes 5 times a year. I've been responsible for sales tax. I've been responsible for record keeping. I have been responsible for appointment booking. I have been responsible for website building and all of the many things that come with being a small business owner. So while I no longer go to a salon for my profession, I do maintain my license because hey yo. So while I do not any longer work outside of the home, I do own a business inside the home. So I make magic band skins and I sell them over on Etsy. So I have a retail shop here. So I'm still doing the taxes and taking the orders and making the packaging and packaging the orders and making the product and sending it out and shipping it and making sure I have postage and scheduling the pickup. So it's like a whole thing, right? And I know that kind of like brain power, that kind of ability to manage those things is something that has made me what I feel like successful in my homeschool, not as far as measuring my kids, not any of that, but as far as being able to maintain a schedule, as far as being able to maintain our day, as far as things like that. And that is because I had already established very clear kind of and while I could mess it up and not go to work or mess it up and not do my clients or mess it up and not pay taxes, because I had been responsible for all of those things for so long, that self-discipline, I feel like, transitioned well into our homeschool life. And I feel like that discipline is what has helped me to be like, we will start this day. And then we start that day. And because of those kind of like small business training, like you need to order the supplies before you need them. So you order the homeschool supplies back in April before you need them. So I feel like being a small business owner has instilled in me a great amount of discipline, self-discipline, that then has translated well to being a huge asset in our homeschool. And I think that's one of the places that people really fall down. And genuinely in life, right? Like that's genuinely where I think a lot of people struggle is self-discipline in any aspect of life. So I want to come here and I want to tell you that you can have the perfect homeschool room and you can have the perfect schedule and the perfect plan and all of the curriculum laid out. It could be absolutely wonderful. However, if you have not put in place the thing in your brain that says, this is a non-negotiable, I must do this, and then follow through with your discipline, you're not going to be successful. Like, it doesn't matter what your homeschool room looks like. It doesn't matter what your setup is. None of that matters. What matters is that you get up and you say, today, this, and then you have that discipline to follow through, that then the this becomes the done, if you see what I'm saying. And discipline also applies to your children. I'm not saying discipline them. That's another thing. What I am saying is that when you model that there is a schedule, when you model that you've come to the table ready, when you model that there is no way this isn't the thing that happens, then that really does show to them that a certain level of discipline is required, and a certain level of discipline is required for our children to go into the world. So it is nice and good for you to model discipline. I don't feel like discipline and self-discipline is discussed enough. That is how I can homeschool. That is how I can also work. That is how I firmly believe why my children can show up to the table and understand that this is what we are doing, because of that discipline, because I have modeled that discipline to them. So I do plan on sharing more later, because I've gotten that question a lot recently. Like, how do you do that? How do you have time to make the videos? How do you have time to edit the videos? How do you have time to do, oh, by the way, I do have that other business. How do you have time to do that other business? How do you have time to homeschool? And what it is being disciplined enough to figure out, where the necessity is, where the need is, and then putting that box into the right block of time and making it happen. Making sure that you know where you can and can't fudge on things, which, sometimes you can push it off a day. Sometimes you can fudge a bit. Those things are absolutely true. I'm not saying that you need to be a general here and all the time. No, absolutely not. But what I am saying is that you are always working kind of in those parameters of discipline. So while it can slide a little today, it can't slide every day. So I just wanted to come out here and remind you that the most important thing that you're going to bring to this is your ability to bring to this, okay? Your ability to show up, your ability to get it done. Not how well you get it done, not how well your kids listen. That is not what this is about. What this is about is you coming, showing up, suiting up, and getting ready to start the day, okay? So that's about you coming with your discipline, your self-discipline, and then the importance of absolutely showing that to your children. You want to model this to your children, because then they will understand, oh yeah, we also need to show up and suit up and do those things, because it is an expectation in the world that you are going to have a little bit of self-discipline. You are going to have a little bit of that when you've gone out and you have your working life. Because again, I know for a fact I would not be able to earn an income. I would not be able to homeschool my children. I would not be able to have this channel, because I have I've held myself to a very strict and consistent posting schedule. I would not be able to do any one of those things without discipline, let alone all of those things. Because I do also have another channel, which I hold myself to a strict posting schedule for, but that is what it is. The important thing here, the morsel that I hope that you take away, is that you do need a plan for your discipline. How are you going to hold it together? How are you going to stay, inside the edges there and get it done and keep getting it done? Because everybody can do it for a day. How are we doing consistently? And having that discipline, working that muscle, it does take training. It is not easy to just all of a sudden just be like, I will do it all. No one does it all. They do some now, they do some later, but what they do is consistent. Just be consistent, be consistently disciplined, know where you can or can't drop those balls, know where you can or can't fudge a little, and that's okay. But bring your discipline to the table, okay? And again, not that kind. Nobody's punishing anyone. We're not saying that. But I just wanted to share this with you because the thought had crossed my mind. And I get that question a lot. And I might share more of that later. I do plan on sharing like an updated morning routine, all of those things coming up pretty soon. But for right now, let's just work on that discipline, okay? Guys, I hope that you found this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notification, give this video a thumbs up, and as always, you can find us down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Bye, guys.